Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fortresscraft Evolved, making your own mod. So, in the last episode we looked at adding your own terrain data, and we explained all the bits and pieces about textures, layer types, and walking through bits and pieces and everything like that. All we're going to do on this terrain data video is tell you the difference of when you're going to override a machine. Okay, now again, remember, terrain means that you're going to put it in world. Items mean that you're going to use it from your inventory, okay, and cannot be placed. And don't forget, always back up your world. So what are we looking at today? Today we're looking at this command, which is override. If you're putting your own terrain block in, this command will be set to false. Okay, and you won't need the key command here. You won't need this here. I suggest you go back and see the terrain data which we looked at. So why is this set to true? Because what we're doing today is we're overriding the generic assembler machine. Now when I looked in the Fortresscraft Evolved XML code, I could not find this machine in the generic folder, but because this was sent to me by the dev, I'm not going to argue with them. That's the key that they say to use. That's the key that I'm telling you to use. Okay, so this is the key you need to use. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to put on here you need this key. Okay, alright, so you need that key. Now the values, this is the machine that you want, this is the machine that you use. If you save your terrain data and then you run your mod, you will get an error because you haven't told it where your machine is, and we'll explain that when we go and look at the Cold Compactor XML code in the next episode. But if you put in a terrain item which is a machine, make sure you got the machine code first. Okay, do both, do the terrain data and do the machine code, do it bit by bit. So the value entry is this is your machine here, and the key is what you've called your machine, and we've called ours Coal Compactor. So we're going to take blocks of coal, we're going to crush it, we're going to make it into lignite, and then we are going to eject that lignite. Okay, so we got a new block, and we covered that in earlier episodes as well. The name is what's going to appear in the menu. This is not what you can name this anything you like. You can call it, I don't know, DJ Super Duper Coal Smasher. You could call it I Hate You. It's the menu name. Make sure people understand what it's going to be. Icon name. This is very important. Now we're not too sure at how this is working at the moment. Okay, but we do know that it appears in the manufacturing menu icon. Okay, so we know that it's a neon circuit because we looked at all the PNG files, yeah, all the little, what do they call them, the sprite files. we found the one that we liked, we copied the name exactly. It must be exact. Okay, if neon circuit is all lowercase and you put higher case, it won't work. It needs to be exact. Even if there's a spelling mistake in it, it needs to be that, because that is what the program is looking for. Okay, I've not yet seen DJ spell anything wrong, so don't worry about that. Okay, so that will appear in there. Now, description. This is locked. Okay, we haven't messed with this. We're not going to mess with this. We don't know whether that's going to be in help files. We probably will mess around with it a little bit later, and we will do that in a future episode to explain how that works. Research values. I discussed this in the last episode when you made your own block, but you can always have machines have a research value. Do you want to say, right, before you can make the coal extractor, you can't use it until you've researched it? So you can pack all the coal you like, but until you research it and scan it, you ain't going to be able to use it. I've kept it at 0. I don't want to do that, but if you've got coal compactor 2, you can say, yes, I want some research points. Okay. Hardness. We're not sure what this is. I believe this is something to do with T1 and T2 guns. I have no information on it, so it's pure guesswork. Now, default value, leave it at 0. Layer terrain type, if you don't know the terrains, leave it at 0. At the one it is, sorry. Okay, we went through all of these, so I'm not going to explain all of those again, but this time we're going to look at category, and this time instead of being material, it's called machine. Now I believe that this tells the game that your block is a machine, so it can pull power, because this does not adjust where it goes in the inventory category or in the manufactured category, as I can see. I can't see it there. Okay, audio warp type metal, because we want to do it. If you want people to use it in creative, then put them a tag machinery so that they can use it. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you put your own machine into the world. Hopefully this has given you a little bit more insight of how machines work. And what you do is, if you make any changes to your file, make sure you right click, save as, and go to your mod file and click save. Okay, in the next episode what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the actual coal compactor XML. Have fun, stay safe, we'll see you on the bounce.